Good afternoon, I should say good evening, and welcome to the Artist Showcase. I am your host, Tanya Michelle. I miss you guys. I know I have been on hiatus for a minute, but I've been booked and busy, man. I've been trying to catch some of the jazz concerts, trying to catch a little bit of small 5 or 10 second interviews. If and when I can, always scouting out new international and local talents. My glasses keep fogging up. And so I've been kind of booked and busy. So not that I'm trying to get away from you guys. I love radio and things, but I also want to be sure that I book you all some really good talent, and not just here in Detroit, but all over. All right. All right. My guest this evening is none other than singer-songwriter Billy J. I've had him on my show probably about a couple years ago. Actually, a couple years ago to be exact.
Yeah,
And
you have.
yes, he's always been one of my favorites. Love his music. He's worked with a lot of artists that I've had on the show. And I had to bring him back because he's going to talk about a show that's coming up that he's going to be doing pretty soon. And so we're going to talk a little bit about that. Hopefully, we can get some music in, right? So you guys can hear some of the singles that he has out, and make sure that you go out and purchase. And of course, we're going to send you, or he's going to let you know where you can find him on social media and to follow him, and of all the shows he's going to be performing at. And of course, where you can purchase his music, because that's important, right? For sure. Again, thank you for tuning in
That's a
to
big
the Artist
thing.
Showcase. I'm Tanya Michelle, and you are watching WJZZ Cool TV. We are streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. So be sure that you click the like button, comment, and share. Again, thank you for tuning in to the Artist Showcase, WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. Hey, Billy J.
How are you?
Yeah,
How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. It's been a minute. So let's get into it. Tell everyone out there, who is Billy J?
Billy J is someone that has been singing and loving music since about 6 or 7 years old. Started off in the church choir. Um, but that's kind of when I fell in love with music. Was definitely the church choirs. We would hear, the OJs and Luther and Patty and Gladys, and so that's where I kind of got my foundation for music is, just random listening to it. So, with age and with time,
Okay.
I became started writing my own music, and here I am.
Awesome. Awesome. So you started out really, really young
Yes,
too.
it was definitely 6 or 7. I want
So
to say 7.
yeah, so that's really young. Now, did you have to have vocal lessons too as you were coming up?
I kind of eventually got in it, just to strengthen my voice and find other techniques and
Hmm.
breathing techniques.
Okay.
But it was something that was just kind of built in because my family sings as well. So
Oh, okay. Okay. Let's talk about a little bit about we got some songs coming up. So I am gonna play let me see what I'm gonna play first. I'm gonna play Can We Talk first in just a few minutes.
okay.
Um, but tell me a little bit about that song before we kind of get into that. Because I was listening to it and I said, I like this one. And I think we might have had this on. We played it on the show before. And like I said, it's one of
We
my
might have,
favorites.
but
Yeah, yeah,
the inspiration came from Tevin
okay.
Campbell. Can we talk again? Me just growing up in music and having different inspirations to pull from. That was one that definitely came from Tevin
Mhm.
Campbell, and it features Jeff Dean,
Okay,
who's another Detroit local artist. So I always try to make sure that I help others and involve others as much as I can.
okay, okay. Okay. I'm going to go into my chat real quick. I want to be sure that we're able to play that song shortly. But let's get into some questions really quick while I do that.
Okay.
So you mentioned that started singing at a very young age. So did you come from a musical family at all? Did you have any brothers and sisters that sing too?
Well, I don't have any brothers that sing, so to speak, but
Okay.
I got cousins and aunt. My mom was a singer. Um, like I said, we all grew up in the church choir, but eventually, it didn't stick with everyone. Kind of stuck with me.
Oh,
So,
yeah. So you decided.
but we all went through the same choir. The same choir director was my aunt,
Okay.
Helen Moore. Um,
So they are just all they all just went their on their separate ways, and you kind of just pretty much stuck with that.
yeah,
Okay. How would you describe your music?
definitely old school vibes. Definitely, with the harmonizing and just the different riffs. And I mean, that's it for me. I would definitely say old school
Okay.
vibes.
Okay. For sure. Um, hmm. With the different types of genres of music, what genre would you put your music in?
Definitely would do
Okay.
R&B. Definitely old school
Okay.
R&B.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay. Um, when you're out on stage, or I'm sorry, when you're out in the studio, I should say in the studio. When you're in the studio, what is your creative process? How does your song and everything comes together?
It kind of happened different ways. I can actually hear a beat or a track and kind of write around the track. I kind of have a melody in my head and we kind of create the song around the melody or the music around the melody. Or I kind of come up with the lyrics in my head and kind of create everything from the lyric standpoint. So it just kind of depends on the mood or the vibe for the day or the moment. And sometimes the song lyric or the melody can come at the oddest times of the day.
Okay.
It just kind of randomly just comes in and I say, oh, let me work with that. Let me save that. Let me, send a voice recording to
Mhm.
myself. And that's just how it kind of happens.
That's interesting you say that. So, because sometimes not necessarily do you have pen and paper, um, at all, but you can also, voice record too, so that you won't forget those words
Right.
or yeah. That's interesting. That's interesting. So I got the okay that we're going to play. What did I say? We're going to play Can We Talk? I want to do that one first because that's one of my favorites. That's one of my favorites. So let's go ahead. Let's get into it. This is Billy J, and this is Can We Talk featuring Jeff Dean. See, I'm not able to hear it on my end. Just 1 second, guys. 1 second. Okay, they're in the process of running it now. Okay, I don't hear anything on my end quite yet. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to keep it moving until I get the okay that it is in queue. Um, you work with a lot of the local artists here in Detroit. Katrina Carson
Mhm.
is one of them. My girl Jay Fierce. I think she was just here in town. If she's not down.
She was.
Yeah, yeah. And okay, they're working on it, guys. So it'll be up shortly, guys, so we can hear the song. So just hold tight, hold tight. Um, yeah, Katrina Carson and Jay Fears. What was it like working with them?
Well, at the time that we actually recorded the songs, it was during the pandemic, so we kind of did everything separately. But once everything was fine, we started recording and performing together. They're actually beautiful ladies, talented ladies,
Hmm.
singers, songwriters, producers in their own rights.
Hmm.
Like, I just talked to Jay Fears. She was here the other day. I talked to Katrina multiple times a week.
Hmm.
She's also hosting the show that's coming up for me. So I keep in touch.
Yeah, yeah. And like I said, they're really great singers. They're
Absolutely.
powerful singers
They
for
are.
sure, for sure. Which artists, besides those two, what other artists would you like to collaborate with?
Oh, there's so many of them, but I do have a rapper that's going to be in the show, the King Renegade. He's a
Oh,
rapper.
okay,
We're trying to get some things together. It's Terrence Rashad who's going to be in the show. We're working on a couple of things together. Um, there's so many artists. I would love to work with Nisha Nashe at some point on a track.
okay, okay. All right.
I'm trying. I'm
Yeah,
trying.
I'm trying to get there, huh? I'm trying to get them. Yeah. Um. So now, do you have your own production company? I thought we got into that.
I do.
Yeah, yeah. Now,
I do.
how did you get started with having your own production company?
Um, that just kind of came organically, honestly. When my first release was out, I think in 2005, it kind of was a platform, like it wasn't a lot of platforms for R&B
Mhm,
singers,
mhm,
basically. And my team was like, Billy, we should start doing this. Like you need to create opportunities for yourself to sing as well as
mhm,
others. And that's kind of how that kind of just snowballed into the effect of having MTJ Productions was just something that we can put on, that we can allow other artists to come and perform. Again, it's not really a lot of local spots. There's a few more now than it used to be in years
right,
back, but I wanted to create that spot.
mhm. And that's interesting too because you said we do have more now, but back then we really didn't. And I think it's a wonderful idea to do that so that you're still keep getting educated or you're educating yourself continually
Hmm.
to get to know the business and educating others too, who wants to get into the
Yes.
business. Because it's we'll get
Yeah.
into it a little bit later in the show, about the pros and cons and things of that nature. Oh, all right, they're still working on it. Um, so yeah, so it's I think it's a great idea, and it gives other, like you said, other people opportunities. So not just yourself, but other local and even international artists too that are looking for
Right.
a company to work with and put their music out there. Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, and with
I'm
you,
actually working on a couple of different things. I got a couple of different fires going right now to trying to create my own. I'll let a little secret out, but I'm trying to work on my own venue right now that kind of will allow artists to come in, be able to hold performances there, even a small rehearsal space if needed.
hmm,
I'm trying to just create some kind of small compound for artists to come in and look and do their, look their thing, whatever that thing may be, for
hmm.
them to come in and do it.
That's a wonderful idea. Working on vocals and routines, choreography, and things like that, and their music. So it pretty
Hmm.
much would be like a studio and maybe another studio. You said maybe for choreography and things like that. Yeah, yeah. My,
My,
I'm going
I'm
to
gonna
turn
turn
my mic
my
down a
mic
little
a little.
because I'm hearing an echo on my end. Oh, he's still working. I'm sorry, he's still working on it. Yep. So just in a few seconds, guys, we'll have that up and running, and we're going to play some music for Billy J. Yeah, but back to what we were saying, that's a wonderful idea. I think that's a wonderful idea. I've only known of one, probably other studio that I know of that is like that. A guy that has something similar to that. But I love your idea to doing that because we don't have, not that I know, just that one that we have here. Yeah.
Yeah, and it only takes, one spot, one person to say yes, because there's definitely gonna be a lot of no's in
Oh
this
yeah.
business,
Oh
in
yeah.
life. There's gonna be a lot of no's, and things cost so much now, and it's cost so much money, and I'm always coming from the point of a person may be the most talented person around, but don't have money, for X, Y, and Z, or can't afford X, Y, and Z. So why can't I create that spot for them?
Exactly.
So that's kind of my vision, my plan within the next couple years.
Yeah. That's very nice of you too. Something that is affordable, like you said, we have so much talent here, that
Hmm.
they need a space or a place, to perform and to work. I love that idea, Billy J. I do. I love that.
Yeah, I mean, of course, I've had my experiences with venues throughout the years, and just trying to even put on a small production or a small performance
Mhm.
costs so much, and it's so much space. Sometimes we don't need a big venue. We just need something small, intimate. That's what we really don't have a lot of. It's the small, intimate settings. We kind of have like the Joe Louis, and we have different things like that, but
Yeah.
not really the small ones.
Right, right. And if they are the small venues, they're
Yeah,
not too much set up where they have like a small stage or something like
right,
that
right,
the people can perform. Yeah, absolutely,
right.
absolutely. When it comes to when you're on your own and you're putting out your own music and things like that,
Mhm.
and we mentioned that it costs money. I mean, how hard and how difficult is it to find, a venue? And if you find a small venue, why does it cost so much to rent that out for one night?
Right. That's my thing, and like I said, through the years, I've had some good ones. I've had some ones that I just said I can't even afford those. Let me just step away from, or it was too much space. What we were
Yeah,
looking for. Like I said, look, they're very far and few between here in Detroit, and I'm hoping to come
yeah,
in and kind of change that.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
definitely my vision within the next 2 years.
Yeah, yeah. Instead of going to places like Chicago where there's always small venues and things like that there, but like you said, not too many here. And
And then even for Chicago, I use them as an example. I've tried to get there to perform, but they are, I'm not gonna say they are, but they tend to, or what I feel is that they tend to more of their own local artists than out of state. If that makes
oh,
sense. Yeah,
really?
yeah. I've tried for many
Wow,
years. I haven't gotten into one building yet.
wow. And we're their sister city too. Well, that sucks.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Mhm.
Wow. And that's probably, you know what, it's probably some more cities out there, like, like they're out there, like that.
Yeah.
That's I didn't know that. DC, are you like that too? Wow, that's something. You're starting your own, you have your own production company and want to have opportunities for other people, other artists is wonderful. Um, when you're creating your music, are you creating it for yourself or for your fans?
Both, to be completely honest. Sometimes, a lot of times, most recently in my older years, writing
Mhm.
music is very therapeutic for me.
Okay.
I get off whatever frustration. If I'm mad, if I dislike something, that's kind of where I get it off at, is writing the music. So, I mean, for the fans, sometimes. Sometimes it's
Yeah.
for myself. Sometimes it just have nothing to do with me, or a lot of times I write from personal experiences
Mhm.
or other people have went through that I know about, and sometimes it's just something that I know somebody else has went through. So it's for me and the
Mhm.
fans.
And that's right too. And I guess as you're writing too, it can be therapeutic.
Very
It
much
can
so.
be.
And I know I
Mm-hmm.
wrote one of my albums. I think Bipolar was one of the
Mm-hmm.
albums that I was just feeling just I just had a lot I felt bipolar writing that album. Like it was just so many different emotions going on, but that was one way to get my emotions off. And kind of once the album
Mm-hmm.
was done, I kind of felt a whole lot better. That was very therapeutic for me.
Yeah. Writing everything down. It's like a journal, pretty much.
Yep. That's kind of
Yeah,
how
it's
it
like a
started. It
journal.
was really a journal. I kind of just went through looking, kind of broke it apart, and had a good writing partner at the time, and we kind of just broke it all down.
Awesome. Awesome. For those who are just tuning in, my special guest today is none other than Billy J, um, singer songwriter. He's been on my show once or twice, a couple of times or so, and enjoy his music. Performs amazing performance. I've seen him perform about 2 or 3 years ago. Actually, it's when I saw him first, and
Oh yeah.
love it. Just love it. I think it was at the
Well, thank you.
Detroit Shipping Company. I think it was.
Company.
I think that,
That's where the
yeah,
show
I
is on
think
the
that's where
30th.
it was. Yeah, and it was with
Yep.
Katrina. Was it Kenya
Mm-hmm.
Lay there too? Yeah, yeah. That's where I met all you
Yep.
guys at. And all of them have been on my show, and just amazing artists. Um, Again, you're listening to Billy J, and I am Tanya Michelle. This is the Artist Showcase, and we're on and streaming on WJZZ Cool TV on Facebook and YouTube. So be sure that you click the like button, comment, and share and subscribe. Again, thank you for tuning in to WJZZ Cool TV. And we are the coolest station in the world. Hopefully, we're hoping to listen to a few songs from Billy J. They are still working in the background and trying to get that together. So hopefully, very soon, we can listen to a few tunes. We can try to squeeze them in our segment, our last half of the show. Um, you got a show coming up. You got a
I
show
do.
coming up.
I
Tell
do.
us, yeah, tell us about the show that's coming up.
The show is at the Detroit Shipping Company. It's going to be August 30th from 7 to 10. It's free admission. It's featuring myself. Katrina Carson is the host of the evening. I have some amazing new artists that's up and coming. I have Just Cash. I have Joy Road Easy. I have King Renegade going to be there. I have Joey Trey. And I have Terrence Rashad is going to be performing as well that night. So it's going to be a great night of hip hop, R&B, the great start to the Labor Day weekend.
Yes.
So it's just going to be a great night overall.
Awesome. Awesome.
If you've never been to Detroit Shipping Company, it's a great vibe within
Mm.
itself. So a great night, great food, great music, great people. It's going to be a great night.
Awesome. Awesome. Now, there are tickets for the show.
It's actually free admission.
What? Now, guys, you better get
Free
on down there.
admission.
Not a free show with some
Free
amazing
show,
people.
free entertaining
Mm-hmm.
from 7 to 10.
Ooh, see?
Sound like a great evening to
Yeah,
me.
I'm right. It's free. It's from 7 to 10 for us old folks who falls asleep at 10 o'clock. They can't hang no more.
Same here. Same here.
And it
Same
is.
here.
And it is. It is a really great venue. Like I said, when I saw you and Katrina and Kenya Lake, that was actually my first time there. And I love it
Hmm.
because it has the up and down stairs. It has some.
Yep.
I didn't get a chance to go outside. But there's something outside too that they have.
They have actually performance spots out there as well.
Oh,
In the backyard area, they call it. They have one up under the tent, one not up under the tent.
yeah.
So kind of just, it's always something going on there. It's always booked and busy.
And that building is they're actually shipping carts, which is
That's the unique part
that's
about it.
very
That's
unique.
very
Yeah,
unique.
because around in that area in Midtown, there are some shipping cart homes. If you ever go up and down I want to say they
Mhm.
kind of little off Michigan Avenue or Bagley somewhere in that area. Not Bagley, that's one the other way.
Yep.
You know, it's
You're
amazing.
right, in that
Yeah,
area.
it's amazing. So guys, yeah, so not only check out the Detroit shipping company, but you definitely got to check Billy J, Katrina Carson, all those amazing artists that's going to be performing on August 30th. Okay, it's free. So yeah, be sure that you check them
True.
out. Yeah, for sure. I'm telling you, it's going to be a good show. And Billy J is as has perform amazing. I love it. I love it.
Well, thank you. Thank
Mhm.
you. I tried.
Yeah. When did you start writing songs? Now you've been singing, since you were seven or eight-ish. But when did you start really
Mhm.
actually writing songs?
Um, I would probably say right out of high school, like in high school, but definitely once I graduated, right. I wasn't the most confident then, but that's kind of when I've started, like I would dip my toe in the pool to see if I like writing. That's kind of when I fell in love with it.
Okay. Now, when you started singing and writing and things, now did you sing around? Did you first say or sing around your friends first to see what they may think, or was it family? How did that come
It
about?
was family.
Because that could be
It was
that's
family.
kind of like peer pressure, a little
I
bit,
was
yeah.
very shy. I'm still shy to a certain degree with music, but I
Mhm.
was very shy when it came to friends at school hearing me sing. And it used to be a talent show back then, and I
Mhm.
was always in the show, and it was always like it was in Oak Park, and it was always like on the Oak Park channel.
Okay.
And they would always say, "Oh, we saw you on the TV show performing, da 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 da." But I still was very shy, was very bashful about them hearing me sing. So that's kind of when they knew that I could, but I never really showcased it to them until I graduated, and then it was kind of like out the bag. Man.
Okay. Then so how did you so you say you're still a little shy, but once you're
I
out there
still,
performing, how do you overcome that anxiety?
to be completely honest, and other artists have said it, I never believed them, but it's like another person kind of like steps in and takes over. Like it's
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times once the show is done, I never remember any part of the show.
Really?
I can't tell you
That's
now, "Oh, I
interesting.
remember this part, I remember this run I did, I remember what happened on this part of the song." Never remember. So it's
Wow.
definitely
That's
like once I get the mic and once it's time, something else just ticks
yeah.
in and
Wow. So look, we got to name that other person that comes in.
pretty much.
Like what? Like Beyonce. What
Yeah,
is her alter ego? Is it Sasha Fierce?
Sasha Fierce. So
I think
I
it
mean,
is.
honestly, if I had to name it, I would say that's kinda like the Billy J part of it. It's
Oh yeah,
definitely Billy
yeah,
J that kinda takes over, and
yeah.
Billy Johnson is the more quiet, the laid back one. The more shy one is
Mm-hmm.
definitely him, and then when it's time to perform, it's definitely Billy J.
Yep. That's it. That's it.
Yeah,
That's
it's definitely him.
interesting. Yeah, that's interesting. And
And
it's so funny because go
I
ahead.
never really believed it when other artists used to say it, but when you start performing and doing different things, it's kinda real.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you always have the whole similarity, of how they prepare to get on stage,
Right.
that anxiety. Yeah, that's something. That's something. Let's talk about a little bit of the business side of it because I know there are fans out there or folks out there that are listening or tuning in who may be thinking about getting into the entertainment industry.
Mhm.
Things have changed over the course of 30, 40 years ago. We have social media now. We still have labels, record labels, and things like that, record companies. But then you
Mhm.
have more independent artists who are putting their music out by themselves, not worried about the big guys out there because it costs money, or whatever the case may be. Social media,
Mhm.
putting their music out on Facebook and YouTube, and hoping and praying that. They get discovered, by someone. Things have changed so much. Um, what is the pros and cons of getting into this business?
I definitely can say a con is thinking that things come easy
Hmm.
because it does not.
Yeah.
It doesn't come easy. Again, you're gonna have a lot of no's before you get yes.
Hmm.
And you gotta have tough skin, especially nowadays with social media. You definitely have to have tough skin through the comments and people, creating your whole life over the internet and really don't even know you personally. So you really gotta have tough skin for that. But I think that someone coming in, you just have to believe in you, and I definitely say that being independent is one of the look, I think it's one of the best things that I've ever done because I know when I was younger, of course I wanted to be on a label, and tour the world, but it's so many different things that comes along with just, the record labels and the powers that be. But when you're independent, you do your own stuff. You put your own music out, you say what goes, how you want it to sound, which you have more control over. And when you're in a national label, you really don't have a lot of say so over it. So I do say independent is the way to go.
Yeah.
Have tough skin. It's gonna be a lot of no's before yeses,
Oh, yeah.
and just believe in you.
Hmm. That's great advice. Great advice. Yeah. Um, and definitely get to know the not only pros and cons of the business, but you gotta know the business side of it too. You gotta do your research
Right.
on that too. How did you go about doing that? How did you go about
I'm
kind of
still learning to this day.
yeah? About to say yeah.
I'm still learning to this day.
Mhm.
The other part to it is that you got to have a good like a good support system around you. And everybody can't be a yes person. Like you're really gonna have to have people that just be completely honest with you and tell me it sucks. Oh, that's great. Don't do that. Do this.
Mhm.
You really got to have that good team around you. And through the years, I have the same team that I had when I first started,
Mhm.
and things have been working great for me at this point because they, just keep it honest and genuine with me, and that's I can't ask for anything more than that.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm still learning the business side of it. I'm still learning. I try to say, well, I used to say yes to everything that would come my
Mhm.
way. And then I had to backtrack and say, oh, I probably shouldn't say yes to that. Or without really doing research on the person or the company or the venue,
Mhm.
I kind of learned a lot along the way. So I kind of just got to hold off and not say yes right away without doing research and then coming back and saying yes or no to the offer.
That's a good point that you bring up because when there are just starting out and they're excited they get their first gig. I mean, you get it. I mean, it's your first gig, you're excited,
Mhm.
and then another one comes, you say yes, you say yes to that. At this time, at that point, third or fourth, you get this big head like, I'm this star, I'm performing everywhere. But yeah, you have to do your research too, because sometimes those can kind of
Like
backfire.
I'll let you in a little secret that I've never told anybody
Mhm.
before, but today. So I remember I said yes to this performance years ago.
Mhm.
So excited about it. It was one of the second or third performances. And come to find out, I think I had did like a song called Scorpio. It was on my first album, but it was about Scorpio and being rough and ended up being like a
Mhm.
church event. But because I
Mhm.
didn't do my homework, I didn't know that it was more like of a church event. They really I should have done more of a spiritual song and not Scorpio. So that's what I mean by just taking your time and observing and reading and researching who you're and what you're saying
Yeah.
yes to. So if I had done that before, I wouldn't have got out there and kind of
Mhm.
embarrassed myself by doing Scorpio at a church event, pretty much.
Wow. Yeah. See. Yeah, because some
That
churches
was one of
now they don't have them in churches. Yeah. Yeah. They have them in
right.
little different places too.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, you got to be careful with that. And churches are bringing in house music and R&B stuff into their church and using it for a venue now. Have you guys
Right.
been catching on to that now, guys?
Yep.
Yeah, you've been catching on to that, which is a good thing.
It
I
is
don't
because
even
it's
know if
going to
I
get
should
the
say
people
the
in the
name.
church.
Yeah, right. Exactly. And I guess I'm going to say the name of one church out here in Bloomfield Hills is I believe it's called Christ Church. I believe it's called. Forgive me if I if I say your name wrong, but it's over in Bloomfield Hills and off of Cranbrook, and very, very beautiful church. I believe it's a Catholic church, I think. But the architect there is just amazing. And when I saw that they were on Eventbrite, that they were bringing in performances, they had urban orchestra there. Had my guy, I think his name is Deshaun, had him there. Had another person there. What's his name? Um, Will Hill, had him there. He plays piano. I mean, so many different artists. They even had house music there. Had a two-person band, and they just played house music. So now you got these venues, and churches are going to different venues and things of that nature, and yeah. So yeah, guys, you got to do your research. You know.
Definitely have to do your research. You don't get embarrassed like I did because that was years ago where it kind of was separate. R&B was R&B and church was church. But now it's kind of more intertwining. But
Yeah,
definitely was a learning curve for me.
yeah. We probably at the almost close to the end of the show. We're probably not going to be able to listen to the songs, but at the end of the show, everyone, Billy is going to tell us where you can find him on social media and where you can purchase his music too. So we do apologize for you guys. We had some technical difficulties. So we'll be sure though that the next time Billy J comes in, which will probably be in studio, I'll be back in studio, guys, very soon. We'll bring him back and we'll definitely play some music, from Billy J. That's for sure. That's for sure. And of course, you all gonna go to the show on August 30th, right? At the Detroit Shipping Company.
It's free. Why not? It's free.
Right? It's free.
A great night out.
Good music, you know.
It's free park. If you get there at a good time, it's free parking. If you get there at a good time, it's free parking. Street parking is free. The parking lot is free. There is a parking lot that they charge, but if you can get there in time, you don't have to worry about that.
Oh
It's all
yeah, I
about
forgot about that.
that, but it's a very great.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Ample parking
It's
too.
kind of a
I'm going to
great
say. I
spot
want to say
for.
yeah, ample parking. Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't get thrown off at the size of the building. It's my no parking. Yeah, there's some parking. They got a couple of parking lots around there.
they do.
Yeah, for sure.
They
For
do.
sure. Yeah. So be sure that you guys go down there and check them out. Check them out. We got some good artists. We got some good artists, and Billy J is bringing them in. I'm definitely going to be down there because like I said, I'm always checking out new artists, and always like to bring them on both of my shows. So for sure, definitely make sure you go down there and check out Billy J and the other artists that are going to be coming down there. Wow. Let's see here. Now you've done some acting. I think I mentioned before. You done some acting before?
I have. I
Yeah,
have.
yeah. So now have you done like movies or
I was in a few movies. I
okay,
was.
okay. How did you like it?
Again, I mean, I've always felt like acting and movies and music kind of went hand in hand. When you do a music video,
Hmm.
of course you got to act out the scene. So it kind of felt like it always went hand in hand to me. But
Yeah.
it's more to it than that when it comes to acting. So
Yes.
it was, like I said, I did maybe 3 or 4 movies, but I haven't done them in a while. Kind of backed off from movies for a while. Just
Okay.
like it was a lot tougher than I really knew it was.
Yeah. Something maybe
Not saying that I won't never do it again. It was just
just
something
something and
that,
something in the future. Maybe
yeah,
if
definitely,
not acting, maybe do a
definitely.
soundtrack. Maybe a soundtrack to a
I'm
movie?
always down for soundtrack, always down for music.
Mhm.
Even when it's time for me to retire from performing, I still wanna have some parts of music, producing and, creative director, always involved in the music
Oh,
part.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, don't say no
Yeah.
to acting too quick.
No, I'm not saying no, I just kinda said not yet.
Yeah,
That's what I'm trying to say is not
not
no,
yet.
just not yet.
Not in the cars yet.
Not yet. Yeah, not yet.
And it is. It is. It once you're out there, it seems like it's hard, but as you do it and you keep doing it, it gets easier. Even when I'm acting
It
and
does.
we're in production, there are times I still get a little nervous, but then that goes away real quick because I know I got to do my best. I don't want you guys seeing my nerves.
Mhm.
I got even radio too. I'm easygoing now because I'm at home. But sometimes, sometimes when I'm in studio too, yeah, you get a little nervous sometimes,
You do.
and
You
I
do.
still have
And then with
a little
acting,
bit of anxiety.
it was long hours, and it was just long hours. I
Hmm.
didn't feel, to be completely honest with you, I didn't feel then, I mean, later,
Hmm.
I didn't feel completely, like, confident
Hmm.
and was selling, the character that I needed to sell, if that makes
Yeah,
sense.
that makes sense. Yeah.
But it was something that I've always wanted to try it, and I tried it. Not saying that I won't ever do it again, just
Not in the cars, right?
not
Not
now,
right
not
now.
yet.
For sure, for sure.
Not right
Yeah,
now. I mean, but definitely in the future, yes. If the right part happens to cross my desk or email,
yeah.
I'm always down to look
All
at it.
right. You hear that? My Aunt Greens and my Dre Sanfords, my directors out there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm always down.
For sure, for sure. Um, how do you balance out the music life with your everyday home life? How do you balance that out?
Well, here's another thing that I'm still learning to do because, my son is going into high school. He's a
Oh,
high schooler
awesome.
now, and he just told me that he has his first football game next week. It's like on a Thursday. But
Wow.
unfortunately for me, that's my rehearsal day for the show.
Um,
So I'm still learning that I gotta miss his first game in order to do rehearsal.
mm,
But, he understands, there's gonna be many more games that I will make. It's just that this first one was kinda special.
yeah.
So like I said, it's his first year in high
Hmm.
school, first game,
Hmm.
but I found out about it later. I already had rehearsal and everything paid for and set up, so I kinda gotta go through rehearsal in order to get through the show for Saturday.
Sure.
So,
Yeah.
but I'm still learning. Look, I'm still learning.
And you got a son in high school. Now you in high school your own self. Or college. What?
He is in ninth grade. He is in ninth grade.
Wow, so that means when I met you, he was like in the seventh grade or so.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Oh, awesome.
I think he was in six. I think he had just went into middle school when
Yeah. Time flies.
yeah.
Yeah.
It does, but I just told him the other day, like, "You're already in high school, like, I remember when we bought you
Yeah.
home and you were in a little carrier, now you're."
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "Dad, I'm not a baby anymore." Well, I get it, but so
Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I guess but I guess life be life, and right? Because you have your home, your home life, you have the music life, and so then now this is new. This is a new thing, a new challenge. Yeah.
yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, but good thing that he, understands and knows that, how hard I work to be, the best dad, the best performer.
Mm-hmm.
I try to do everything as well to show him that, there's going to be a lot of bumps, there's going to be a lot of no's, you're going to get knocked down, but get up and keep going. And I try to just instill that in him, now that he's older, to just keep going, just do it, do the best you can. Whether you do it and you win, and you do it and you
That's
lose,
right.
the end result is that you did it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure, for sure, for sure. Okay. So we will post two Billy J songs on our platform. We're going to run it the rest of the month. Oh, cool. Yay.
Well, that's exciting to
Awesome.
hear.
Awesome.
That's
Thank you,
exciting to hear.
Roger. Roger's the
Thank you, Roger.
best. Roger's the best. Roger's the best. He is one of the hardest working men that I know that, runs the station, has other things going on, putting on events and finding artists, for his shows and things like that. So kudos to Roger. Roger, I'm not going to try to say your last name because I've been and messed it up. But he knows, he knows who he know who I'm talking about. You guys know who I'm talking about. The owner of WJZZ, Roger. Thank you so much. For those who are just tuning in on our last few minutes of the show, this is the Artist Showcase. I'm your host, Tanya Michelle. My guest this evening is Billy J. He is a singer-songwriter right here in Detroit. And talking a little bit about the pros and cons of the business. We talked a little bit about the show he has coming up, which we're going to talk about that again in just a second, and where it's going to be performing along with other local artists. We've talked about a lot of stuff. We got a lot of stuff in a shorter bit of
We
time,
have. Yeah,
for sure. Again, this is
we
the
did.
Artist Showcase. I'm your host, Tanya Michelle. This is WJZZ Cool TV. We are the coolest station in the world. Be sure that you click the like button, comment, and share. We'll love to hear your comments on the last few minutes of the show. But be sure that you stay tuned. We have other shows that come on the WJZZ Cool TV throughout the week. Some other really really great shows. And also 24/7, we have the WJZZ, we got the music side, WJZZ Detroit Radio.com. So be sure that you tune into that. We have some really, really great DJs on that side of the station. So be sure that you tune in. That runs 24 hours a day, right? I love the I like all jazz, contemporary and old school jazz. When I say old school jazz, I mean like uh, Coltrane and Miles Davis. Miles Davis was still living, is still living when up until I was graduated from college, and then he passed. But so yeah, but the old school people, Quincy Jones, um yeah, those people.
Hmm.
So yeah, if you like those artists, the contemporary songs, the Najis, yeah, that's where you want to go. Real quick though, before we end the show, I want to say a prayer. My prayers go out to the people over at the Henry Ford Hospital over in Detroit. There was an incident there this morning, a couple incidents this morning. So my prayers
Hmm.
go out to the doctors and nurses and patients that are
Yeah,
there. And hopefully, if they haven't already, hopefully they find him and catch him. Yeah, that's sad to hear. Very sad to hear. Yeah. So
it is.
it's just just another thing where we don't know the situation as far as why he did it, and we don't care why he did it. He shouldn't have done
Right.
it. And so yeah, my prayers go out to her family, and like I said, to the nurses and doctors and the patients out there at Henry Ford Hospital in Detroit. Yeah. Yeah, prayers go out to them. Again, so Billy J, tell everyone where you're going to be performing, and then kind of tell us where they can find you on social media.
Well, I will be performing Saturday, August 30th at the Detroit Shipping Company from 7 to 10, along performing with Katrina Carson, going to be the host for the evening. I have Just Cash. I have King Renegade. I have Joy Road Easy. I have Joey Trey. I have Terrence Rashad. It's going to be a great, great show. Come out, support. It's free. Food is amazing. Music is even better. It's free parking. Um, but you can find all of my music or me on social media at Billy J Music on Instagram. But Billy J, I'm on all streaming platforms for music wise. Um, that's where you can find me. It's Billy J Music on Instagram.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, guys, you be sure that you come out to Detroit Shipping Company. That place is amazing. It has gift shops in there too, I believe, or little stores
It
and
does.
yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, so you got to come out, not just for that. Now you got to come out and listen to the music. Now, what you hear, Billy J, and the rest of the artists that's going to be performing there too. But it is a really great place to have hold your music there. I like that. I like that.
It's a great venue. I kind of handpick the artist that comes along with me.
Mhm.
Two of the artists that perform with me are family members. One is a nephew, one is a cousin. So it's kind
Awesome.
of a great night, family together. So it's gonna be a good show.
Awesome. Awesome. So, guys, be sure you come out. It's free. Some good food, some really good music. Relax. I think that is the Detroit Jazz Festival that weekend. So, it's another venue to go to. Besides jazz, you can go and listen to some great music. Have some great food and drinks, and yeah, listen to good music. And you be sure, guys, that you go to Billy J's social media pages. Say that one more time for everyone so they can purchase
It's
your
Billy
music
J
and
Music.
kind of go out.
On Instagram is Billy J Music. Well, on all social media platforms is Billy J Music. And you can find me on all streaming platforms under Billy J.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, Billy J, for tuning in. Oh my God, for coming on. I'm
Thank you
sorry.
so much
Thank you,
for
you
having
guys
me.
out there for tuning in. Thank you so much, Billy J. I'm definitely gonna have you back on for sure.
No problem. Thank you for inviting
Yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah. No problem. You're always welcome anytime. And everyone out there, thank you again for tuning into the Artist Showcase. You're always welcome. Always welcome. I'll see you guys back in 2 weeks. I'm going to be next Friday. I am going to be in Ypsilanti. I'm going to check out, I believe, Lynn Roundtree and who else is there? My mind just went blank. My mind just went blank. Jeff Lawber, I think, is going to be out there next weekend. So I'm going
Okay.
to try next Friday. So I'm going to be in Ypsilanti. But I will return on, let's see, Labor Day weekend. I'll be back, I believe that's September 12th. And you'll see me the rest of the year. And I'm going to be in studio. I'm going to be back in the studio September 12th. So be sure that you tune in. Follow me on Facebook at Tanya Michelle. What else? The actress. Follow me there. I'm also on Instagram as well. All right. All right. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful
Thank you. See
Friday.
you
Have a
later.
safe